Greetings, church. It's Kevin Duclairon. Today is the 13th of January, 2026. Nothing has changed. The Amnon and Tamar case, that's what I'm calling this, where the woman says, "Do not do this, my brother." Remember, Tamar told Amnon, "Don't do this." And he proceeded to rape her anyway. It's coming from the Old Testament. Um, let's see here. What book was this in? I think it's in Kings or Samuel. I think it's in my alarm. My alarm just got off here. Second Samuel 13. I think the scripture says that. Yeah, it's the Amnon and Tamar. Here it is. It says when she in verse 11 of Second Samuel 13, when she brought them to him to eat, he took hold of her and said to her, "Come lie with me, my sister." But she answered him, "No, my brother, do not violate me, for such a thing is not done in Israel. Do not do this disgraceful thing. As for me, where could I get rid of my reproach? And as for you, you will be like one of the fools in Israel. Now, therefore, please speak to the king, for he will not withhold me from you." However, he would not listen to her, since he was stronger than she. He violated her and lay with her. Then Amnon hated her with a great hatred, for the hatred with which he hated her was greater than the love with which he had loved her. And Amnon said to her, "Get up, go away." But she said to him, "No, because this wrong is sending me away, is greater than the other that you have done to me." Yet he would not listen to her. This is what's going on here in this unit. This is what's been going on in every unit. And I've been preaching this and reading this for the last 13 years here in Portland. And this woman in MacArthur and the police department in Windsor will not stop coming into where I lay my head. Um, they're anxious to gas me to sleep. Go into the database of my employer and change my time. And when it's not the employer, it's Social Security, uh, where they are garnishing the wages by hundreds, I think by $200 from what I was told. So I'm not exactly sure how to put it into this. I left a message for the chief of police. He, never responded in 13 years, not once. The police department mocks and ridicules um, what I'm doing here. And when it's not the ridicule of the police, it's the ridicule of workers and ridicule of Christians, mockery. And um, I'm not exactly sure where the devil is taking this. This is beyond me. I didn't know I was going to be raped at the age of 54. I turned 55 this year, if I make it to September 1st. And they come, I mean, as soon as I got off work yesterday, I worked quite a bit of hours. And this woman stays in the background all day, every day, on an intercom, wherever I go, with MacArthur and with whoever else. I think might be a Jonathan Zabo. And why are they here? I don't know. I think the issue may be slavery. I think there may be some slavery going on in the lives of these people. Maybe that's the reason why the penny was removed from the money, because slavery is still going on. This is this Europeans, and I'm talking about Donald Trump. This is this Europeans' way of showing that he has no respect for the African people and for the Emancipation Declaration that was given by President Lincoln. Yesterday, when I dealt with this, I mean, it's like I've been dealing with it all night. You understand? As soon as I got off work, I came here. I was supposed to sleep because I had worked some hours, and now here it is. It's what, 7 a.m. in the morning, and I'm dealing with it again. I don't understand these people. Um, they mock and they ridicule American history. They mock and they ridicule um, the church. Okay, and I feel like this is when I point to this book here. It's a history book. I sort of feel like this is where my life went. Okay, my life went from this Bible, which I was supposed to be preaching and teaching from the Master Seminary, to walking in the sin of the state and the nation. What is that sin? The sin of slavery. When you open this book here, goes directly to that goes directly to the Louisiana Purchase. It goes directly to the I gotta go turn off the alarm here, 7 a.m. in the morning, and I'm dealing with this. The point is that I wanted you to be aware of the fact that um, this Bible that we're using and the slave community is still here in the United States, and people are being reduced, cut down by the slave um, community. The people are still doing this to members of the New Testament church. So there's still that. Um, I want to read you something here from page 342, and the title of this thing here is psychological effect of slavery, and the second sentence says, uh, well, it says the injustice of slavery needs no proof. Less obvious is the fact that it had a corrosive effect on the personalities of Southerners, slave and free alike, by the making of a human being an animal without hope. The system bore heavily on all slaves' sense of their own worth. I sort of feel like this is what I'm living every single day here in Portland, and that these people have total and complete control of everything. Okay, and there's no running. There is no running. There's no hiding. There is no pretense, and it's very subtle. I don't know what's going on with you in the rest of the churches, but this is bizarre that in the 21st century we are still dealing with this issue of slavery and people taking control over our bodies, molesting our bodies, raping our bodies, and then trying to push it under Christian Christian salvation, okay? Christian doctrine, Christian teaching. Um, you know, this is an international Bible, right? And it's almost like what is going on here in this United States that immigration is not telling us? What is going on here that the pastors in your churches are not telling us? What is your pastor not telling you about the black people that are in their congregations? What are your pastors not telling you? What are the elders not telling you about um, the real relationship, that is hidden, or the relationship that is with God? You know what I'm saying? Even after new churches have come, right? Uh, New churches have come. I'm not a member of this church, but I do go to this church once in a while, once every couple of weeks, a month. I just came back from a church on Sunday. This is from a different church, right? So new churches have come, and yet I'm still dealing with the effects of this, controlling of my liberty, and still dealing with sexual assault and rape, and me having to go to a sex store and perform all of that in a bag of chips every time I get Social Security or every time I get paid. Something's not right. Something's got to give. Something's got to change. How do I do this? Uh, can you help me do this? Who do I go to get help? And putting an end to this constant trespassing into my home, and these people hiding in the shadows of the background of my life doing this. I mean, somebody's got to be somebody's got to have some kind of training on addressing this issue openly, publicly, bringing it out into the open, and dealing with it. The police department is washing their hands with the whole thing. They'll sometimes call, and the police officer will show up at my door, uh, and they're all gay. The ones that has come, they're Gabriel Franklin's representatives. So, and the ones that are in the North Precinct are representing her. I mean, this morning I woke up and somebody spit in my mouth, and I can taste the phlegm, and it's not mine. Um, my genitals been raped. I'm being gassed here in this chair that I'm sitting in. I'm waking up and my genitals been used. I mean, all of that is supposed to be police, but which which precinct and which officer is going to take this on when it's being done by them? right? Your Portland Police Department no different than Seattle Police. This is a shock that this is what's going on even at 54. How do I put an end to this? Not how do I put an end to my living in the United States? This is my home. I don't have anywhere else to live. But how do I put an end to this sexual assault? Me having to subject myself to this sort of thing, And it's like, how many times you tell a Haitian woman, "Don't come into my unit. Stop doing that to my body." How many times you're talking to them? They're in the background. They're in the background. They're on an intercom. They're homosexuals. They're hermaphrodites. They're here in this building. I leave the building and go move under the Motor Center Bridge and sleep in a tent. They come there. If I go to the home back into the homeless community, they're there. They're taking needle. She's taking a needle and you can't see it. You can feel it, but you can't see it. And she's scratching the needle until the skin is raised up. I didn't ask this African woman to come back, but she's here in the building. And if I move out of the building, she'll follow me to the next building. She's not my family. She's not my mom. She's not my lover. She's my enemy. And if you want to pray, you can pray. God has become my enemy as a result of this. The son has become my enemy as a result of this. He won't kill her. Okay, just like the woman who was caught in adultery. He didn't kill her. He told her to go sin no more. This one, he allows her to go. There's some stuff about the son that I'm not exactly sure about anymore either. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. I'm kind of scratching my head, going, "This is way beyond. This should just stop." I mean, it's like, anyway. I left my number on the chief's police phone number. Um, I don't think I'm going to get a call back from Diane Heyman or the chief. I called the 503-573-823-0000 option 8. I left a message there. I've left dozens of messages. I don't think any of these. I don't think these people are real. There's something else going on here. It's almost like there's a conversation when you want to talk about slavery. It's not the first language. It's the second language. I didn't know that's how slavery was being dealt with in this country. It's almost like you're in church and this is what they're preaching, but the subtle message is is American history here. This is the subtle message in the background, and they're still here. What the emancipation guy? What emancipation guy? If after Lincoln is removed, then what else are they going to remove? In the name of Satan? What else are they going to do in the name of the devil? In the name of evil?